got a banger of an episode tonight. Oh boy, we got a show. Welcome everyone to Diabolical Souls Presents. We're doing Primal Season 2, Episode 4 tonight. And are we in for a doozy? Man, this show just escalated very, very, very quickly. And I'm excited to do it with everyone here. The gang's all here. And we're going to review this bad boy. This one's called The Mist. The Red Mist, I should say. And Tartakovsky, he did something special with this episode. And of course, I have my friends here with me. And before we do that, if you guys could hit that like button, that'd be great. Leave a comment, that'd be awesome. Hit that notification bell and subscribe, not just to me, but everyone here. That would be awesome. And of course, that little notification bell, I already said it, but that's for Badger. Vex, how are you doing?
I would like to be referred to as Vexington today, hence the Paddington crossover picture this evening.
Okay.
No. Okay, hold on.
Vexington?
Let me.
Oh, the bear? The teddy bear?
Yeah.
Okay,
this is like, there we go. This is a high tea episode, and you're going Vexington on us? Like,
there we go.
Oh, Vexapaster, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
No, it's good to be here. This was a crazy episode, actually. So I'm looking forward to diving into it. Great to be here with everyone.
Yes, and thanks for joining, Vex. Always good to have you on. Mr. Goodwin, you done yelling at the clouds? You ready to do this? You must have been yelling at the TV with this one.
Oh, it was more kind of a pelvic thrust as I was watching this.
Weird, but okay.
I hope you didn't throw it a hip.
Not mine, no.
Yes, and of course we have Nick. He's bringing the muscles and the oils. Look at him! Look at him!
Woo!
Look at that, ladies.
Yeah, we're diving into full masculinity here with the show. Peak. I had to wear the tank top. Had to.
Yeah. So, you watched this episode. You were wanting to do it last week. You're ready for this last week. Now you get to do it this week, and now you're just ready to roll. And I
was ready like weeks ago. Yes.
The man beside you is really excited to do this one as well. Blair, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I wanted to do this last week as well, but it deserves this whole show its own.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does. This is going to be, well, we say we can do it in an hour, but then we get really excited and
damn well this didn't get done in an hour. Stop it.
No.
Yeah, I think this episode is going to be the longest.
Ooh, phrasing.
Sorry, the longest to talk about.
Because I did tell Bex that this episode was a solution to erectile dysfunction, and she doubted me. Then she saw it.
Okay, I didn't doubt you. I was suspicious because I asked for tissues, and you didn't clarify if they were for tears or jism, and they were for both.
Wait,
did I lie? I said no.
What? Jism?
Erectile dysfunction will be solved, but you might want to bring some tissues.
Yeah, and of course the little man down there drawing. Zach, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. This is a really, really good episode. Was not expecting the ending, and oh man, I'm ready. I again, there's no words to describe how good this show is. Mm-hmm. I know some people out there, I don't know who, may feel differently. It's probably not for them, and if they are, oh my god, you guys, I feel sorry for you. But let's get into
Zach.
this.
Name names.
I can't. I know.
Tell them to get back in the closet where they belong.
Yeah. Of course, we're doing this show, and we can't do it without the chat. The chat, we love the chat. And the first one tonight was Justin Cook. Look at that. Justin Cook. That's my boy. Justin, thank you for showing up.
What's up, Mia?
Scadia, Quartz Main. Good evening, Gooch and gang. Last time I made it in a bit late. This time I finally made it in.
Nice.
Phrasing. Thanks for joining us, bro. Always good. Anyway, great to be back to another Primal review. All I can say about the Red Mist, that it's one hell of a wild, bloody ride. What, like, jeez, Guccianese is kicking in early tonight. Rio's here. Sned 1011. Hey, what's up, guys? And Gooch, what's up, Sned? Angelo Piscami, he's been coming around.
Your mic's warbling a little bit right now, Gooch.
Is it warbling? Am I still good?
Just a little.
Song
now
of
you're
people.
better.
Yeah, I'm now better.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's not my mic.
Can I do my intro now?
Can you do your land
land acknowledgement first.
Yeah. No, I was saying, Angelo, he's been following us on the Primal streams, and I dig it. Absolutely love it.
Nice.
Taylor Gordon, oh hell yeah, the Red Mist, the episode where Spear and Fang wipe out a whole village of Viking. Yeah. Jamma loves this. Okay, episode 4, Red Mist, or that escalated quickly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Jake Martin. Always good to see Jake Martin. What's up, Jake? Thanks for joining us, brother. Rick Costa joined us for X-Men 97. He hasn't left. What's up, Rick? Good to see you. Niet, my brother from down under. Always good to see you, Niet.
Just a heads up, both the OGs are in the chat right now.
Oh,
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Gord King, what's up? And if you haven't checked out Gord King's channel, go check him out. He's got a great channel over there. Scrolling down. Oh, hi, Jana. What's up, boners? Yeah. You'll get a boner when you watch this episode. Oh, Niet, $20. Like the video, subscribe to Gooch and all these legends, you beautiful bastards. Thank you for $20. Thank you, Niet, you legend. For that one, I will have to play. You know what? Let's go with. Yeah, this is his favorite. Racerhead. So that means the two are here. You know what that means? Oh yeah. Yeah, the boys are the OGs are in town.
OG powers activate.
Zach's my brother from my bun brother. What's up, Zach? Good to see you, brother.
Sir.
Cannoli, hold me, Gooch. I'm just happy you're back. Bro. Go check out Cannoli Sasquatch. Please go check out his channel. He's got
you scared us there for a little while.
Yeah. Hold me, Gooch. I'll hold you, bud. In Vegas, I'll hold you.
When is that? Damn it.
They haven't said yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
Ymir Reese, VEX Electronica Spoon is being annoyed by his comments section again.
I saw that coming.
Ymir Reese, nice to.
I still got to get my real ID taken care of because again, I've never been on a plane before, so that's the first. Yeah, dude, I'm scared shitless.
Oh well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your passport and everything. I'm sure everyone in the chat would love to hear that.
Real quick, I have to ask.
Why do you need a passport? You in America?
You're in the U.S. Yeah.
Don't you need a real ID or something like that?
I mean, a driver's license might be helpful, but if you
but
run around without that, I'm no longer.
Yeah, but there's like the driver's license and then the real ID driver's license.
What's up, Sassy?
There's two different types of driver's licenses.
What the hell are you talking about?
Dude, I'm being dead ass. I'm not.
You guys, I was kidding about the. Let's get into it. Yeah, that's right. Driver's license. That's racist. That's exactly it.
Jay, if I may, do you want to show the Vikings one later on, or do you want to do that?
I'll show it later on. We're
right.
just getting started. Let's get a bigger crowd in.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Ymir Reese, greetings to you, Gooch, and to the panel. Vex recommended you to me, and this was the first stream I've been able to listen to. Oh, well, thank you for joining us.
The banger.
You picked a good one to be a part of. Episode 4, The Red Mist. General Mist.
Zach.
Zach. General
just for that,
you're
you're not allowed on the plane.
I'm never going to get to this episode. Holy shit. General thoughts before we get into it. Anyone want to say anything before I bring it up? Pull it up. Excellent. All right, good. I'm glad we all spoke at the same time.
I mean, I was moisturizing my throat first.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead.
I have to practice the unmute mutant thing now. Like, just No, this episode it's amazing for how much violence there is in it, but again, it's not overdone from the with the pain and sorrow that happens at the end. It's just evenly balanced.
I just want to throw. There's a lot of callbacks to previous episodes in this episode that I noted.
Yep.
I counted 3 specifically, and the sound design was on the next level for this episode.
Yep.
Not to say it's been bad so far in the series, but in this one, it really took advantage of dynamic sound. So, like, there were a couple instances where they were running, and you could hear they were running from one direction to the other across the screen, which I thought was crazy. Same with just even like the blood splatter. Like if the spear went through something in front of you, you'd hear the blood splatter go on like the left hand of the screen, which is pretty cool. So that was quite impressive this episode.
I think the last few minutes was the loudest silence you'll hear. Right, you know when they show up and
Vex, what sound did it make again?
Don't worry, Luke. I'm coming for you. What was that?
Phrasing.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Okay.
I'm very tired, so sounds are just not working.
Okay, let's get into this, folks. Primal, episode 4, The Red Mist. This one, we ended off episode 3 where Spear finds Mira in the village, this Viking village, and it ends off with this big thick mist, and you could hear just some growling and stuff like that. This episode, it starts off with the sound of like you hear the grunting, you hear some like I want to say some chains, a little bit of chains, a little bit.
Clanking of metal,
clanking metal, and you can hear the bears like walking up, and it's awesome. It just like I listen to it on my headphones, and it's insanely awesome. So yeah, we're seeing Spear looking into the mist, and these Viking warriors approach on these huge bears, like we saw in episode 3, the 2 that he took out with Fang. Mira and everyone part of his or her village are standing there behind Spear, and they're wondering what's the next move. Spear is holding ground. The bears are grunting. The leader's looking upon the crowd, and the Mira and her, I guess, fellow
slaves,
people,
sun people or whatever,
whatever you want to call them, start bowing down, like giving up instantly. And she's standing up, and she realizes she's got to do the same thing. And very intense. And Spear doesn't do anything. He just stares down the leader of the Viking warrior gang.
I like that there's sorry to interrupt you.
Nope, go ahead.
But I do like that before Mira kind of kneels down and does what the rest of her people are doing, there's that hope that was there, and then there's that flicker. It's just like, oh, he's one man. And she doesn't realize, like, this guy is fucking Conan the Barbarian. It's okay that he's one man. Like,
Jacob is here. What's up,
Hi, Jacob.
What's up, Jacob?
And he has a request for Vex to do the blood splatter sound effect again.
Somebody clip that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works better if Gooch talks about the growling and the chains before Vex does the blood splatter.
Yeah, get in the mood.
Yeah, one of my favorite openings is Bears. Yeah, this like it just sets the tone. Like, you have the mist. You have the color tones are incredible for this episode. We'll talk
speaking
about that.
of colors, if I may hop onto that right now, because I took notice of the colors too, Gooch. Layered colors as well as the same way in which this episode is very layered. So I noticed that when it comes to like lighting, so for it's like there's moonlight casting down on them right now, and in previous episodes where we had the moonlight coming down, it was just a soft white. But I see like here, very intentionally, it does the soft blue hue and overlay to everything in the first half of the episode, and then to contrast kind of the shift and then kind of the, I guess, the brewing of almost a new storyline, then you have the red layering come in. So I thought that was a very nice thematic touch, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, and in clever of him to use the sunrise as the kind of the driving force for that red mist, but also allowing it to have multiple meanings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gurgle some water before doing that. There you go.
A bit.
Go ahead, there, Zach.
I wanted to say, one thing that I think, I don't know if any of us has mentioned it since the first episode, but I wonder how much money that Tarkovsky had to save just to purchase sounds, since there's no dialogue in the show and it's nothing but noises. So I wonder how much money he had put aside just for that preparation, because the sounds are definitely unique on its own. So did he get a team together to make some sounds, or was he purchasing them?
He would make his own, not the stock sounds.
There is some sound library going on in different parts of it.
Yep.
And so, look, the cost is not going to be much, but again, there's a reason that last week's was pretty slow. There was a short little hit, and then that's it, because all of the budget's getting spent today. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
They saved up for this one for sure. I would have.
Yeah. Well,
what's coming?
This beginning where the posturing back and forth, like you saw the image before where the bears are digging into the ground. You see all the Viking warriors pulling out their weapons and preparing because they know what's happening. The bears are getting hyped up. It's the intensity, the way he builds it up, nice and slow, is amazing. I just absolutely love how he builds up. He packs an emotional punch with every freaking episode somewhere along the line, and and again, I've said this 8,000 times, zero dialogue.
Yeah, and it conveys there's an escalation of violence without any violence.
Yes,
right. That him merely standing ground and showing teeth and getting whatever, and the bears are starting to amp up. You see the guys on there. Everybody is starting to amp up their violence without acting yet, right? Because it rarely do you just go from 0 to 100% violence, right? There's an escalation going on, and it's happening here, but very little is going on other than these little things. And because it's so still, that's why the little things work so well to make you realize, oh shit, it's about to get on now.
Yeah, and she's trying, because they all see their masters, they hit the ground.
Yeah,
he gives them the no look, and then they're trying to get him to calm down, and it ain't happening. He's like, I'm not bending the knee. The only thing that's going to bend is your spine in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, and it enrages him that Mira and them are ducking down because they're so intimidating. He's like,
yes,
that check's going to bounce today.
There's certain frames. I'd say very few frames in this episode that I find very important, and this is the first frame in this episode, because there's that moment where Spear, because of his his like what we were talking about, is that push and pull of he could have been amongst the civilized community, or he goes back to what he knows best, and the person that's tied to a civilized community is Mira, and this moment is her with that moment trying to hey, maybe if you try a different route, holding him back just for a second. And it's the split second that Spear decides to go all out. And I think that this moment really speaks on that, because you're not looking at him, more so the act of war, which is the sword. Which is always symbolic for that.
Yeah.
Just sorry, go ahead.
Well, sorry, Vex. A couple things. You mentioned the sword, and this all started with the leader looking down and seeing the sword in Spear's hand, and recognizing that that's either his brother or one of his close friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's like, he instantly knows that he's dead because he has a sword. Because, and the other thing I want to touch on, I'm glad some people are starting to recognize it, like Star Wars, Marvel purist, and thank you for joining us, brother. There's some new emojis in the Gooch vault there you can use. If you remember, you can use the Goodwin, the Madam Vex. There is a bunch of them in there, so take a look. And I'm going to be adding some more very soon. So,
Thank you.
Yes, but who wanted to say something? Sorry, Zach.
Oh,
or
I just
Vex?
no. Zach made a very good point about the contrast here. I just wanted to add on too. This is a nice balance between the masculine and the feminine for a brief moment as well, because it's been. I think it hasn't. We haven't really seen a feminine touch grace the show since right before Mira was kidnapped by the slavers once again. So it was nice that there's just like that little sprinkle of it here before things go completely haywire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just the setup is so worth it. And she's trying to plead with him not to do anything irrational. Spear's not giving an inch, and here we go. Yeah, just the stare downs, and then you start to hear the thumping of footsteps, and the bears are actually
everybody starts smelling something.
They're smelling something different. Yeah.
Spear gets a sniff of it and just smiles. He's like, "Y'all about to get messed up now."
Yeah.
There's an interesting thing though. Before he recognizes the smell, it looks like he's just as confused as they are. And I almost interpreted that a little bit because this season has very much been Spear confronting his ability to conform to community, or like him confronting his humanity and his need for human companionship. So I kind of interpreted that moment of like unfamiliarity as him losing that connection to his primal, but then it just goes full haywire when he recognizes it, and then the rest of the episode is just everything he was starting to forget almost.
She makes her
my favorite parts though.
Yeah. Congrats on all the emoji unlocks. Great progress. Primal is dope. Another Tartakovsky W. Thank you there, Star Wars.
That's true.
Spear is like, you fools, you don't know that I brought a T-Rex. Exactly. Yeah, playing with the big boys. Yeah, Fang's Jurassic Park, and they added some slight humor but reality to this moment where she's on top of the hut here, and she's like roaring, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, there's a T-Rex on top of this." And then she collapses through, which would actually happen, which I'm glad they did, because she's a big
big girl.
That big girl, really 8 and
big
9
Shirley.
pounds. Yeah.
She's just big bones. Stop it.
Big Shirley.
Just to add on to this scene as well, it feels like it's been a while since we've there's parts of the series where it almost forgets how big Fang is supposed to be. So I like that they added the nice touch of the ground shaking and the rocks vibrating and all of that stuff to remind us that this is like the largest predator to ever roam the earth kind of deal.
Yeah.
I want to say
carnivore.
I want to say this show is the reason why my daughter's into dinosaurs. Like when I was watching it, she was like, she'd be like, "Oh, puppies!" Like, I was like, I'm like,
yeah.
And I was, I started, obviously I was breaking into Jurassic Park, but like, I'm buying her the dinosaur toys and stuff. So like this show, it broke her into the T-Rex for her. Yep.
Aww.
Obviously, I got to block her out her eyes when it comes to the hyperviolence, but like when she was watching it with me, she likes the dinosaurs.
Scadia has I heard this scene was with Fang is reference from Game of Thrones. That's interesting because this came out. Well, I guess it would have been around the same time.
I guess which part of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah. So yeah, she's roaring. She's making her presence felt very quickly. and then she falls through, and then it's like Spear's like, okay, that was short lived, and then it's on like Donkey Kong. Here he comes this guy with like great camera angles on this episode too, like.
Yep. Yeah, he is.
Right.
He is coming. Yeah, from everywhere, and
yeah,
you know, picking up because this is such a chaotic fight. You know that you really, you know, oh, I took care of this guy. Yeah, the problem is there's 8 other people behind you, a whole bunch of people to the side of you, not to mention the guy that's running straight at you.
Yeah, it's 360. This and actually, I forget who pulled it. Let me just take a quick look. I want to say. Who was it? It mentioned it like, yeah, it's a 30-minute episode, but felt like a movie. Yeah, it definitely felt like, I think it was Rick that mentioned it. But I was like, this doesn't feel like 20 minutes, because like a lot of these episodes you can feel like it's a good 20 minutes. Like this one felt like it was like an hour. Like
I don't have a breather.
Yeah, Rick said that.
Yeah,
you only have a brief moment to breathe. When,
yeah,
like the king and his son are coming back.
Yeah, but I mean that's battle's done, right? But but there's still, you know, some weight going.
Oh yeah,
this is not a static fight scene where they stand and do it. This is like all over, everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of movement.
And Fang, she makes her presence felt right here.
Chomp.
She just takes this guy out, and then we see now everyone's like, let's attack. Oh, great shot. Spear, I love that, like, even I didn't like this part where you seen Spear and Fang taking arrows and spears to their bodies, and just kind of like the adrenaline is so jacked up inside of them. They're like, they feel it but they don't feel it. They shrug it off. It's like a mosquito bite. Like they're just shrugging off all these arrows and spears being thrown at them in their bodies in certain parts. Like, it's great scenes. Man, intense. Yeah.
This was wild. Again, we're embracing the primal, right? It's drifting away from that civilized manner.
I truly thought one of them was going to die.
I love the interaction between these two, because Spear is doing it, or, you know, and then this guy's and then all of a sudden when Spear bites him, his battle yell turns into what the hell?
Yeah, very good. And then the villagers, Mira's crowd, they take off running.
Yeah, we got to go.
They're not built that way.
Yeah, obviously not built.
I mean, all they're going to do is get in the way,
pretty much.
And, the chopping off the arm, like, damn, like, it's
arms, heads, legs.
Oh
torsos.
yeah, this just like, and that's just the beginning, folks. It gets real intense here.
Tremendous amount of disassembly going on.
Yeah, but when you're watching this, you could feel the weight. I think you said, was it you, Goodwin, that said this earlier, just a few minutes ago? The weight of everything in this episode, you could feel, like, every time he sliced something, you felt it. Every time he hit something, you felt it. It was just like,
no, I think it was you and Vex when you were talking about the sound design you hear it, but because of the directionality of the sound and everything, it makes it much more real.
Yeah,
more dramatic.
Yeah,
more engaging as a result. So it's very much like you're watching a live action slaughter happening, but because they do such a good job with the sound.
Yeah, and you hear stuff like land, you know, far over to the right or the left or whatever, right? It gives it that weight of reality that's often missing.
This part right here where the bear just falls on top of Spear, and you're thinking, oh, he's like just not gonna lie, getting worried all the damage they were taking. Yeah, they took a lot this episode. Glad the Celts were nice to him. The interaction kind of got very different. I screamed like a bitch today, no particular reason, just weird. Yeah, it was like, I literally, when I was watching this, and I've watched it a couple times, and I was watching it today, and I had the headphones on and watched it on the computer, and the sound just, it was just enhanced. And I was like, oh damn. I was like, it was awesome. This scene right here where the bear like clumps down onto the ground on top of him, like all that weight on top of Spear, and you're like, oh shit. And then the next scene is just, you're like, oh my god, this is just craziness. And it's bouncing back and forth from Fang and Spear, which was nice.
I
Yeah.
loved all the dinosaur roars we got this
Mhm.
episode, by the way. Like, it just, it made my heart sing a little bit, because it's only just been, like, teased here and there, like, once or twice in battle. But now this was just, like, this was full, primal. Yeah, so, that was very nice.
Yeah,
Can't believe it. It's happening.
Yeah,
So there's I was just looking up to see how many people or how many Vikings died. The death toll was 81 Vikings,
Dang.
not including the bears, just 81 Vikings alone.
Oh,
Is that
wow.
including the children?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, for the
Dang.
most
So-
part,
Yep.
they were all skilled fighters. So that that speaks a
Yep.
lot. It's kind of
I
like
think
the
there's,
300.
The
You know,
boy who accidentally dies, Rika, and the baby as well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
This bear is on top, like he's smothering Spear, and then you see the sword come up right through the head. You're just like, oh my god, this is awesome. And this scene, if there was ever a scene of like Conan, this is it right here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. This
Wow.
entire episode was just screaming Conan to me.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
loved it. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
like, yeah, I wish I could like tell you a story, but it's just full out violence and gore all throughout this episode. It's intense. There's not much really to just sit there and say, but just to watch. I mean, it's just this
This was my favorant kill.
Yeah.
Just tossed it
Yeah.
and it gets speared by the tree.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
great.
I'm gonna
I
climb
gasped
up
out
and
loud.
shit.
yeah.
The sound kill on that part, on that.
Yeah, it was a nice beady smack there. It's,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's where you could do the sound effect there, Vex.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many great kills in this, and that sounds weird, but it's true. Like,
That's a good example of her sheer size right there.
Yeah.
yeah, they still play with kind of the variable size depending on what's messing with her, but
Yeah.
yeah,
she ain't happy.
she not happy. And you're seeing the villagers run out, and then you start seeing people leave their huts
Wake up.
and wake up and see what's happening.
It's crazy that with all that yelling, none of these people heard anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about the first time a T-Rex decides to unleash full roar. I'd be like, I'm sorry, what? What's going on out there?
Yeah.
Everyone hearing that. Let's be real.
I know Sping and Olga get a little crazy at night, but that wasn't them.
But look how beautiful this shot is. Like, you got Fang right here, right? He's looking because the families are running out of the huts. The villagers are taking off. You got this great shot in the background with this bear roaring and the Viking warrior ready to engage with Fang. This guy is trying to, avoid damage from Fang. It's like,
everybody is
Chaos.
in the environment, and they're interacting with what's going on. It's not just, okay, let's all surround and then take our, turn trying to fight big guy or something like that. It's none of that, right? The when you hear people screaming, you see other people turn and look and see what the hell is going on, right? Yeah, it's everybody's engaged in and it gives the entire battle a certain weight, right? That it's real for them. The little things that you hear isn't just background noise. They're hearing it and reacting to it appropriately.
Bobby, and thanks for joining, Bobby. Always good to see you, bud. Some good shroom tea back then. Sleepy time for real. Yeah, no kidding. And Big Ship. Oh, what's up, Big Ship? Not gonna lie, this show makes you guys so happy. You sound special ed. The bear was on him, and then he stabbed it, and it was crazy. I liked how the dinosaur rode. Yeah, it is. We're just a bunch,
Gooch said we have a pizza party after the show.
Yeah.
I like turtles.
Yeah, I know.
Teacher, I ate my crayon again.
I got my sleeping bag in the back seat, guys.
I'm gonna hang out with
Once you
Jeremy
can.
the Predator later.
Yeah.
Phrasing?
This guy runs, phrasing. This guy runs up to bring the big hunk
Good
of metal.
lord.
No, I apologize to everybody getting slayed in the chat because ABF don't miss.
Hold on. I see
Wait,
one
what?
went through.
Oh,
No, you sons of bitches.
ABF, man.
Boom.
Brother. I appreciate
Only
you.
one has gone through. The rest aren't showing up. Hold on.
No
I might have gotten an
way.
email at that point, like people who aren't on.
Yeah, but usually it'll mention even people that
Yeah,
aren't on
it's.
stream.
Uh-oh.
No.
Did he
Last time
break
he-
it again?
Well, last time he did it, it took a long time. For
Yeah, because
some of
Angela would have gotten it at that point. Yeah, weird.
Am I
ABF,
missing
you
something?
legend. Yes.
Like,
The ABF 50 gifted 50 Gucci Gang memberships. I appreciate ABF, man. Thank you so much, man.
You don't miss.
Bang bang.
You don't.
You don't miss it all.
He's such a great guy. And I've got some really good ones for him. So let's start off with this one first.
Very bad. Very, very, very bad.
And let's finish it off with this one.
Okay. You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Nice.
Thank you, ABF. I appreciate that. You're just what a great guy. Thank
If
you.
anyone's in chat and gets an email, let us know because they're not showing up
Yeah.
in the chat. at all.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Bush is correct. YouTube is asshole.
Yeah, God dang it. But thank you anyway. Yeah, Boosh is here. What's up, Boosh? Always good to see you. He missed 49 times. Yeah, thank. Yeah, yeah. YouTube asshole. This part right here. This is a good setup. You see the mother with the son doing the face paint, getting ready for war. And they got quite the look. And he starts banging on the big piece of iron and to warn everyone. And she leaves everyone starts leaving the huts. You see Fang walking by on one side, and then you see
Look at
Spear.
the size of her, though. If you go back to that still,
Yeah.
Yeah,
look at the
Yeah.
sheer size of her.
See,
Yeah.
now
Oh, yeah.
that gal that just came out, she sees that, gets that look on her face. I'd have turned right to hell back in, but I forgot something in my house. Let me just get it real quick.
yeah.
Something's on the stove. Hold on.
Gandalf is like, yeah, I'm not going to do this today.
You shall pass.
Yeah.
This way.
If you want
Keep going.
to,
Yeah, this part too, like the bear taking out Spear with like his forearm, and Spear's like he doesn't care. He's just blocking it, and then takes the sword and just digs it right into the skull. Like it's just like, damn. And everyone, I love the villagers in this, or the warriors in here. Oh, I guess this is the villagers now at this point, and they're just
Yeah,
like,
these are all people that used to be warriors, but they're past their prime, or they're too
Yeah.
young, or
Retired.
women.
yeah, just awesome. Like great. On here comes Rika. She's a big the queen of the village, and Fang's just chomping on everything. God dang it. Yeah, there's Rika and the son. They're the chieftain's wife and son, and they're coming out to see the slaughter of everybody.
So this interaction briefly that we see with Rika and her son, this was the one of two episode 1 references that I got. So it felt almost like a callback to, oh, this is probably what Spear's wife and children were probably feeling when their village was, or like their little settlement was invaded by that big dinosaur and the little henchman dinosaurs. So it was almost like, oh, here's a glimpse of probably what could have been, which was a little, like, pulled at my heartstrings a little bit. I don't know if anyone
Yeah.
else picked up on that or had the same thought.
No, I wanted them to die. It's just like
Oh,
yeah,
okay, all right, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
no,
Okay.
no.
It's not that
I was-
I'm not saying that they're good characters or anything, because they've been portrayed as pretty.
Well, they were.
terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they, in the grand scheme of everything, they're great characters. But it was just like, I wanted them to die for
I
hey,
got that
you're-
feeling at the end of
Mhm.
what was done to him has now been done to them. So
yeah,
Vengeance.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This scene, man, from like his gooch all the way to his head, like just split right up on. Some awesome scenes. Yeah, and the son's seeing everything happening right before his eyes, and
Mhm.
she's preparing. And who's it? Angela said that in Norse, she's saying,
Get your bow and my axe.
and my axe, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much power Primal has, like just sheer strength. To cut people down to size like that, like heads off, like completely off, decapitations to, splitting them in half, man, that's a lot of power.
Look
He's
at
got that. He's a Neanderthal, right? Isn't
Yeah.
is Spear
Yeah.
a Neanderthal? Okay.
yeah.
Don't
Is
they
it
have
said?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna add, and you're probably gonna ask this: is it said that Neanderthals have more strength than what we
Yeah,
as
Neanderthals
humans
were
today
built
have?
much stronger
Yeah.
and were built to take a lot more damage than we are.
Yeah,
Yep.
if we were to fight one of them, they would have beat the hell out of us.
Yeah,
even like a
they're
professional
like,
wrestler type would be.
like their femurs in for some some of them
Boned.
they found are twice the thickness of ours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
god!
super
Yeah, they
thick
didn't skip
bones.
leg day or anything.
No.
really.
They didn't have to. Genetics showed up and said, "Here, have twice as thick bones. Enjoy that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just might have been a little bit smarter.
Actually, they had a larger brain than we do.
I know that, but
Would that indicate that they're smarter because
Not
of the size of the
necessarily.
brain, or no?
No, because it depends on the matter. They might have better memories.
Hmm.
I would think they're better problem solvers when it comes to like situational
survival instincts might
yeah,
be.
Well, again,
survival and all
that that could be more the memory, right? Because if
Yeah.
they
What's up,
don't
Matt?
have the same type of like frontal lobes and all that, they may not be as good at complex abstract thought to figure out new and interesting problems, but they would remember things that they did that worked that they saw.
Again, the camera angle and the shot, the colors. This is like I would say closer to like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
just before
Yeah,
sunrise.
5. I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 a.m.
Mhm.
I love the color. I love the intensity, like the size, the perspective. You're getting like not like an earthworm view, but you're getting that nice angle shot coming in. Like he's really good with his camera angles when it comes to animation. Like you see that now with anime. You don't see it as much with American animation.
Agreed.
yeah, they
I
usually
do-
have lock cameras because they're just trying to save money and
Yeah,
I do appreciate that throughout this episode regularly he doesn't forget proportions really. So
Yeah.
all of the animals are massive to kind of make it all more imposing and terrifying. You see the tall, like the height of all of these buildings and the trees in the distance, so it adds to this tense, very like imposing environment and picture that he's painting. Seeing the
Yeah.
scale
Yeah.
of everything.
and good force perspective at times as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if that quality wasn't applied to this episode, I think that it would not have had such a big impact as it did. Right, like the ferocity would have been taken away from it. You wouldn't really have been so encapsulated by the sheer size of Fang, even like the bears standing on their hind legs, before Mira's people. So at that point, like, I'm really glad those subtleties are magnified in this episode. You feel it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, and again, like I mean, the what Gooch was saying about the different camera angles, this cinematic shot right here, right? You don't have to do this, but he does because again, he's trying to, he's giving you the lay of the land, where what's going on, and Mira guiding her people who are just kind of running around like their heads are cut off.
Yeah, they're scattered.
Well, Zach, like, how difficult of a shot is this when it comes to perspective?
For down shots, like for
Yeah.
this shot specifically, it's actually not that hard. This is a 2-point perspective, and you can tell by the huts how they're they're coming this way, and then the other line's coming this way. So it's a 2-point perspective grid, but 3-point perspective shots, which does happen quite often in these scenes. The way that he does it, those are tough shots.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Yeah.
up shots that he does and the down shots from an angle, it was really impressive.
Yeah.
It just it captured like it's almost like live action when you're watching it. Like I don't know, when I was watching this, I felt like I was just a witness, and I felt everything 360, and it's crazy that you could do that with an animation.
Yeah, this would be really tough to do live action because you have so many shots
Oh,
that have been cut,
yeah.
between
Yep.
them, but still trying to manage continuity and the flow of the battle.
And we're seeing the villagers trip up Fang, and seeing them take out Fang, throw spears at her, trying to take her out, and you see her like you feel the pain, everything. It's like it's
Your mic is acting funky.
Warbling, yep.
I think
why does it do that?
I think you got an XLR plug that isn't quite latching and staying in.
Can you
I
hear
thought
me now?
Fane, yeah,
We
good
hear you
at
now,
it.
yep.
Yeah,
I thought Fane was done when they got her on the ground. And it was
Yeah, so did
piling
I.
on.
I think it's the one thing I question, and again, I'm not trying to apply a lot of seriousness to it when she gets tripped, because how often would a 9-ton beast get to be tripped like that by
Yeah,
half a dozen Viking warriors? I mean, so I get it, and it works for this, but at the same time, like it applies some sort of fiction-esque plot device for her to almost be like in jeopardy, like like, so again, like someone who said it, Vex, I think you just said, like or the Blair, that thought the Fang was going to get
Yeah, I did.
killed. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, there again, like it kind of sets up that illusion for us as the audience, thinking like, oh no, one of our beloved characters might die here in this instance, because it's very likely, I mean, given the stake of what's happening.
yeah.
I forgot to add it in when we were there, but Fang jumping off of that roof like a little bunny rabbit onto the Viking at the
yeah.
beginning was my
I love
favorite
that
shot
shot.
of the,
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
whole episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She looked like a velociraptor, like when a velociraptor jumps, like in
Oh,
the
yeah,
Disney
that's true.
movies.
Like this shot, like look at the camera angles. Damn it. Like so
And I
good.
thought he was dead now because they finally
Yeah.
are organized, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
I love how they pull in, like they're defending a village and you see a baby in a carrier, like in a swath, and this mom, like she's out there to fight for her village, protect her village, and he's recognizing it all. And he sees kids, he sees families, he sees it's
The one criticism I have of this episode, because like this little ginger nut dies later on, right?
yeah.
But like before then, right? Like there's this
Naturally.
instance, and there's later on when the kid dies where he looks at it and he recognizes that, like, oh my god, these are innocent lives, but then he just quickly dismisses it in the next split second after each of those. So like, just I haven't watched the series yet, so maybe it'll come up in episode 5 where he has a little bit of a moral reflection on it. But I was just a little disappointed that it didn't try to push that home a little bit more.
He would have got killed.
Well, no, it's just even as kind of the action winds down and we transition into the second half of the episode, right? There we see like very much like a confrontation of mortality and loss and all of that stuff. But even though Spear has the capability to feel that, we don't see him embrace it really.
Yeah,
at
and
any
you see
point.
him react, and he sees it, and like he kind of stops, especially when the kid gets his head broken open or whatever. But then there's a threat again, and he's almost like more angry when he gets interrupted by that, because it's like this this brief moment of humanity where he kind of stops and he goes, wait, what are we doing? And then he was like, oh, the hell with you then, let's go, right? And just loses it.
Well, I think
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, Vex, I just wanted to jump in here quickly, but like again, this is coming after episodes 1 and 2 where Red died and he was protecting the village because there was families and there was kids involved. So it's like almost like it's not even a week, and he's like again in the same situation, but this time they're actually out to kill him, not just Fang. So it's a different circumstance now, and it's like, no, screw this, they're going down.
Okay, that's okay.
And
That
his
makes
woman
sense.
is involved too. So
Yeah.
the whole reason he came here is to get her, and now he's got her. They're all
Yeah.
gonna die.
I wanted to bring this.
I don't
up.
think you understand how dedicated you could be with the possibility of getting laid at the end of this. I mean, you just kill everybody.
Matt, I think you would enjoy this, dude. This is like
Oh,
an incredible
yeah.
series. Like it's amazing. And season 3 is coming out at some point this year, and I'm hoping when we're done this, we can pick up season 3. That'd be great.
I read a
Um,
slight spoiler earlier by accident, but apparently season
I hear
3
nothing.
will be a different story.
Really?
Or different
Yeah,
characters.
I read an interview from Tartakovsky last year or 2023, and he said that Primal will become an anthology series. So season 3 will
okay.
kick off a different story.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Great scene.
Good.
This, like you're looking at a woman with a spear, kind of using
A
Aikido,
woman
as you
with a
could-
spear,
Whammon.
get it?
Yes.
Wink, wink.
Primal tease.
Yeah. Oh, this part right here, she uses the axe and just
That was great.
I like this though because she is a very
Right
peaceful
there.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
like after she cuts his head off, she's like, "Oh my god, like what did I just do?" Because even like when she's eating, she's like she's a vegetarian instead of a meat eater,
Yeah.
which I thought was funny. Yeah,
Yep.
interesting dynamic to her.
You're a killer, Mira. Look what you've become.
yeah.
Spears.
Great.
Did the moon see me?
Yeah, right. Really.
Yeah.
The moon's going down, so it's
I'll pray and it'll be okay.
And the intensity of Spear here, like he's absolutely enraged, like a caged animal. It's just, man, the intensity. Like, that's a great shot right there. Colors blending in, like you said. Yeah, he bull rushes through a couple people with shields and just goes to town and fights everybody. And this little pecker, he's like shooting arrows at him. And he's just like had enough of it. And he throws the guy, and the hut falls down, the kid falls down, taking the kid out. And then everyone kind of bull rushes at Fang, and Fang's
I can,
taking everyone out.
Kind of relate. Whenever you're playing a game and some damn little range person is killing you, how annoying it is.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna hunt you down.
Yes. When I get my hands on you.
Yeah, snipers.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not really much to like really dive in story wise. Like that. Like I feel like I should be saying something
in the first half
Yeah,
at least, right? Because this is
yeah.
just like unhinged violence
Yeah.
for 15 minutes.
Oh, well, Rika's here, and she's like challenging Fang one-on-one, and this is an intense scene. She throws an axe, hits Fang in her leg, knocking her down, grabs a spear, charges and goes. And I thought, oh my god, is Fang dead here? And then nope, Fang is like, I've had enough of you, chomp.
Oh,
and
actually, you know what? This is another callback to episode 1. If you remember, Spear jumped onto that big dino and got him right in the snout as well when he was trying to protect Fang and her babies.
Yep.
It didn't work out so well for this gal.
Just ragdolling her.
Yeah, it just thumps her against the ground like numerous times.
Yeah, someone.
I like the
said it earlier
blood
in
splatter
chat.
it leaves.
Yeah,
Yep, there we go.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
Hulk
it's
to Loki from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
We have a Hulk. We have a T-Rex.
This kid, he just, he gets
Trip.
Spear just, backhands and he flies. And then again, he comes at him again, and Spear is just like, I'm done with you, kid. Like just spear right through the.
That was
the
one of
orifice.
Norius. Right through the mouth.
A nice detail that I do appreciate with the animation is that each of these Vikings that we encounter, even if they're in kind of the background of a scene, they all have a very distinct look to them
Yeah.
instead of just kind of being, because the moon people or whatever, right, that Mira's a part of, they all have basically the same design, but I appreciate that they almost give all 81 of these people that get slaughtered like their own identity.
Yeah,
to,
you can like track
humanize
them throughout the battle and be like, oh, there's that guy. Oh, I'm sorry, he's dead
Exactly.
now. That's too bad.
I think also too, Vex, like with this is, yeah, I agree with with Angela. Like this kid doesn't know when to stop, and Spear gave him numerous opportunities to back away, and he was just incessantly coming back at him. And it's like, dude, stop! You're gonna hurt yourself, right? Until the kid's like, stop! Don't stop climbing on that. You're gonna fall down and hurt yourself. And then what happens when they do? You're like, I told you so, right? And so I think that because of what happens, like, yeah, he's sad because he didn't really want to kill it. Like, obviously, if he wanted to kill the kid, he could have done it the first time, but he didn't want to because he has that reserve and understanding of what children mean, even to him, even from a different, species and people. And at that point, it's like, damn, but I can't let, this distract me from everything else that's happening around me. It's like, he's, a well-perceived veteran at this point from season 1 to everything that's happened in the first 2 episodes of this season alone. And it's like, yeah, we all feel sad. It sucks that it happened because, it sucks to see kids die no matter what. But we want our protagonist to live on and continue telling us a good story. So it's,
pity or get you short
lived. Yeah, exactly.
I don't like kids being killed,
gotcha.
but I do kind of like when it happens. There are real stakes here.
Yeah,
Kids
it
are
shows.
100%. Like it kind of had to
And
happen.
again, it matches with the culture, but doubly so when you find out who this kid is, right? That this is exactly how this kid was raised. Everything that he was supposed to do, he did. Unfortunately, you ran into something that's tougher than you guys.
Just quickly, the Don is here, and thanks for joining there, Don. I believe he has a new channel. If you want to put the link in the chat, go ahead, man. And he's got his own show, so go check it out. The guy's a great artist, and I believe he has his own comic book streams going on. So go check it out if you can. Give him a sub if you want, please. Getting back to this. Yeah, this kid is dead. His head bashed against the rock. And then we see Spear take a moment to reflect, but not very long because he's witnessing Fang taking a lot of punishment, and then the rage continues, and he jumps on. And
I love
this was a great,
so
this is a great moment. Yeah, like back together again, like it should be, and it feels good. It's
they're synchronized again, right?
and it feels so good. Yeah,
They had their bears, and he's got his T-Rex.
Yeah. And even they're just like, oh shit, this guy's on a dinosaur. We just had bears.
yeah. And again, like,
Oh, here it comes.
the great landscape, great shot, and then the red mist starts coming in, and just when you thought that was intense and insane, oh no, let's ramp it up a little bit more. It's just like they start. This individual throws a spear as they disappear into the mist, and they look, and the spear actually lands in a hut. They're gone. They're not there anymore. Where are they?
So this is it's been a while since we've had horror elements in this show as well.
Yeah.
So this was a nice just to transition after 13 minutes of bloodshed at this point. But as we go forward through this a little bit more, we have a third callback to episode 1, because we have that silhouette of Fang that shows up that looks almost identical to the silhouette of the giant dinosaur when it was killing Spear's family.
Yeah, all the arrows coming at, and like, man, this is just at the
They're just powering through all these arrows, which is crazy.
Yeah, this is like running the gauntlet, pretty much. And then they start hiding in the mist and start using the mist to their advantage, and everyone's looking where they are because it's really thick. And all of a sudden, they're taking them out one by one from the mist.
Yeah, there's the silhouette.
Yeah,
with her red eye.
Yeah,
and that shot was fantastic.
Back here. Oh yeah.
There we go.
It's like that rage has really come out now. Yeah.
It's with like this entire series, like Fang has been like an empathetic character and a sympathetic character for us because we've seen what she's gone through, both in losing her family and then everything she's experienced with Spear, and now like with the Mist coming in, you see it from the other perspective of this is a truly terrifying creature, and we forgot that terror for a moment. So it's nice to just see her true nature, kind of, even though it's bloody and violent, to see it come back to the show
Yeah, that's
in a
the
way
true
that's
nature.
yeah.
But one thing that I when I first watched it, I was like, oh, he's just using like pure shadow or whatever. If you actually go back and look at it, he's really using the sunrise, because the even when they are shadow, you can still make out features that, so it's the color is correct. It's just the because of the light, the way the sun hits you when you're coming out of night and into morning, and you're kind of getting to the eyes, or it's lighting up and your night vision's screwing up. That's what it looks like, right? So he's not cheaping out, even when it should just be black shadows moving around.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
And we get this shot of the chieftain returning to the village, and they've got some slaves.
And this is so quiet.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
you just hear the boat kind of creaking.
Yeah.
The water and all that. Again, it was the
yes,
the deafening silence that goes on in this.
Like, this is your chance to breathe.
Yeah,
but the audio design just steps up to 11. I mean, we thought it was great before, right? But in this silence, every little thing just sounds, inordinately loud.
It's setting up for what they're. I mean, it's supposed to be the indication of death, right? Like they're coming into the land, they're blowing the horn for the big welcome. No one's there to greet them. They find that odd.
Well, they both grab weapons when they don't get the response.
Something's wrong.
They see the blood on the dock.
Oh, but the sound of the rope.
Yeah,
when the kid grabs it and is pulling it. It is, the rope is getting taut, and you can hear kind of straining or whatever. It's like, man, there is nothing but these sounds, and man, are they strong.
Yeah, they're intensified.
Yeah.
And they leave the slaves there, and they just, they pull out their weapons, and they start walking up, and they see more blood everywhere. And they follow the path of blood up the steps to the village.
Everything looks okay.
Yeah. And then they walk upon tons of crows pecking away at a body. And the son, sees the body. Oh, great.
Yeah, he throws up.
He throws up because it's probably a friend of the family, because he is the chieftain, right? So they know everybody.
What are crows or ravens? Aren't they symbolic
Murder
of
of crows.
something in
So
for
they're
Vikings.
they're messengers of Odin, or they're Odin's eyes.
There you go. Yeah.
I think it was Angela that said the fact that the ravens were leaving was like a bad omen. At
There we
start
go.
Of the,
at the start of the
Yeah.
Odin's raven.
This kid he just
Odin's
finishes,
spade, I believe.
He just vomits, and then this kid sees a head right on the ground. Right in front. I'm like, damn! And the fly. Look at the fly on the eyeball. Oh, just
Great detail.
Yeah, jumps back, and then they see all the bodies everywhere. All 81 of them.
Yes.
Yeah, just insane.
The ribs.
The bear, there's man, it's just insane. It's
people up in trees and
and right away the chieftain starts looking for his wife Rika, and so he's looking for her and sees her axe, and then follows the blood trail, and then sees her body, and he runs over and holds her.
This was also a bit of a parallel to, I think it was episode 2, where Spear starts looking across the landscape of this new land that they've come to now after the whole or maybe it was last week's episode. No, it was last week's episode. And then he finds that like overgrown village in the
Mhm.
field, and he starts imagining like all the people
Yeah,
that would
all
have
the
been
people
there,
running
and
around and all that.
yeah,
Yep.
so it kind of felt like, oh, this is like almost a snapshot of again one of those instances of what could have been or what might have happened.
Well, or what did happen, right? Because
Yeah.
that village that he finds is also destroyed or whatever, and
yeah.
this would have been a similar kind of outcome, and then the survivors would have been
Situation.
taken as slaves.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And then you see tears from the chieftain, and again everything's red, like it's just indicating death. Just like
Yeah, but it burns off because
yeah,
the sun keeps coming up.
fades away, right? Like
Yep.
it's just like, oh man, great color schemes in this. And then the son starts walking up, and you see him carrying his
His
youngest
brother.
son. Yeah, and you see the tears flowing from his face, like it's just, and it's almost like you want to empathize with him, and like, but you can't because like you're we're attached to Fang and
Mhm.
Spear, and it's like,
Sorry, real quick, Rossi gifted a membership, but it didn't land on anyone. I think memberships
oh
are fucked.
come on,
YouTube.
fucking YouTube, what the hell? Rossi, thank you anyway, brother. I appreciate that, Rossi, for one membership. For that, I would just, what could I pull up for Rossi?
Oh, I don't think we have anything for Rossi, do we?
I think I do have something.
Maybe
for Rossi.
one. Maybe one.
Yeah, let's see. If I could find it, that'd be great.
We're
Do I have
editing it
something-
now, Rossi. We're putting
Yeah.
it together, yeah. So
And boom.
Except 1/8 your size.
Breathtaking. I shall call him Mini-Me.
Mini me. It was rough seeing a dinosaur and a caveman slaughter my ancestors, Jacob. Skeleton Crew, 6 out of 10 overall. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, getting back to this, we see this scene. We see them, take the bodies, put them into this burial, like, I guess, man-made mausoleum, I guess you can kind of call it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
The mound. Yeah.
yeah, what are they
And
called?
then
Wurns or something like that.
Yeah.
And you kind of learn a little bit about, I don't know how, I'm going to assume it's true, but that this is what the Norse did with burials and stuff like that. I would like to think it was pretty,
More for, certainly for royal.
yeah.
I
And
thought
of course,
the Vikings burned their royal though, right?
For
'Cause that's what
some,
they did
it depends on which
Yeah.
era that you're talking about.
Gotcha.
The Norse.
Okay, gotcha.
the son releases the slaves, throws them the key. They take off running. They're free. And then the chieftain sets the boat off as the son and his wife Rika lie there and start to sail away. And of course, here it is, the flaming arrow, and he can't even do it. Like, he's so emotional. He can't literally pull the trigger. And the son just says, "Let me do it." And
He doesn't say it.
Nope.
You just see it in his face.
yeah.
In his actions.
Yeah. And he passes on to his son the flaming arrow, and he pulls the bow, and it lands on him, and then the boat's in flames. And that's pretty much how we end. We see him,
Oh, we see a lot more
Angry.
flames.
yeah, a lot more flames, but we see him, this shot, which is awesome. Great use of the light source from the flames and the rage in his eyes with the fire.
Well, now
Great shot.
it's just to touch on the color too, because this entire sequence was in red. Now we see the red blending with the blue, and all of Spear and Fang scenes were in the blue. So it's almost like that transition of the cycle of kind of anger and revenge is reborn. It continues now with these two.
Yeah.
So just as Spear and Fang went out on a journey to get revenge on that big dinosaur, and then revenge on the people that took. Now these people are on that same revenge quest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great shot.
It's very simple. There's not a whole lot to really dissect in this episode because it just
No.
manages to do
Oh,
it
yeah.
itself. Yeah, very nicely.
All the story is there.
Yeah.
Great episode.
Mhm.
One of my favorites. It's just again, Tartakovsky's a freaking genius with animation. Well, let's go
Tour de
around the horn.
force of blood.
Yes. Blair, what would you rate this episode and your thoughts on this episode?
There's nothing short of a 10 for this. I mean, if you like action and blood and that kind of thing, this is it. It was just nonstop from the get-go. And yeah, at the very end, they're putting on their special armor now, not their day-to-day stuff. This is like, we're going to war stuff.
Yep.
And
yeah,
they are at the point where Spear was in the beginning when his family is killed. He went and hunted down the dinosaurs that did it, and Fang too. So now we're at the other end of it where now they're being hunted by something that they did. So we're going to see how they like it. They get tracked by these people. They're coming for them.
Yeah. Well put there, Blair. Thank you. Nick, your thoughts, and what would you rate this? I'm sure you probably want to give it 11 out of 10, but
Yeah, this is gonna get a Spinal Tap 11 out of 10 for me. There's just a lot of great moments in this entire episode, and I agree with a lot of what was said in the chat about it seeming a lot longer than a 30-minute episode or sub 30-minute episode if you factor out the credits. But I love the themes that we see in here, though. I mean, there's this cycle of violence and revenge that doesn't quit, with the show, but definitely in this episode. And, we see the loss of innocence and the tragedy of war that we're all very familiar with, and just, history and our own reality, much less, a fictionary, show and a primal instinct. But, just seeing this sort of hope that both Spear and Mira have to escape this sort of despair that they've found themselves in, but also at the same time, that despair is flipped on the Vikings, and just ends in a sheer massacre. And unfortunately for the Viking leader and his son, now they're set out on this quest to try and find out who was responsible for this. And obviously it's kind of hard to miss a Neanderthal and a T-Rex. So without obviously putting any spoilers out there, it's just something that you kind of wonder, will they get their chance at vengeance? Because not a lot of people do. It's almost by happenstance here that Spear and Fang have been able to find Mira and have a chance to free her, and ultimately have been put in this box of escaping, and it was a sort of like a vengeful tactic here to kill 81 Vikings. But if they hadn't captured her in the first place, none of this would have ever happened. Mm-hmm. So it is hard to kind of side with them and feel some sort of emotion, especially when you see like a baby and a kid die. But for the rest of them and the bears and everything, that's like, you guys had this coming, and obviously we're going to ultimately side with a T-Rex and a Neanderthal here, because we've been following them for almost 1.5 seasons, and we want to keep seeing where the story goes. So just an amazing episode.
Oh yeah. Mr. Goodwin.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably the second best episode that we saw, and it's probably touching episode 8 from season 1. But I think that one was just it's a little higher on my ranking. The interesting thing about this one is that in most of the encounters and the violence that we've seen with Spear and Fang, it's been survival based, right? This was not that. They could have easily survived by leaving, but they want to save Mira, and so there's a more civilized in an interesting way motive
It's
behind that, right?
more of a future. It's not like survival. It's now we want more than just survival.
Right, and more intense,
Mates.
right?
Yeah.
Intentional, in a way. The and so you run into a culture that has been doing what they do, and sure, they've been engaged in violence, but so was Spear, so was Fang and Red, and the idea that we like these characters because we've been following them. Switch it up and talk to the guy that was watching the Viking animation right up until some crackhead and his T-Rex showed up and just wiped everybody out that I cared about, right? And the thing is that once the violence starts, everybody does the right thing, right? If you are in a village and it's being attacked, your job is to try and protect it. And if kids are involved or anything like that, look, they're either going to die or be sold into slavery regardless. So let's go, right? Because once violence starts, it rolls, and you can't predict the outcome of it, which the chief and his son later find out. Man, we were just on a raiding party. We got some slaves. We show up, and everybody we know has been wiped out. We don't know what happened. We know damn well we're going to track them and get vengeance, right? And I think the reason that is qualitatively different than, oh, we killed some animals, right? I mean, animals, they're not going to hound you to the ends of earth. Even Fang, when she had her chance, at the beginning of this season. She hooks up with Reb and just kind of hangs out, right? Forgets about Mira, and is happy to stumble upon Spear, but she had started to live her own life, right? This is where they again, when you step into that kind of intentional behavior, and especially with a civilized group, you are inviting consequences that you may not have expected or be familiar with, which really, for all of the man, this is great because I get to see dismemberment and destruction and all of that, right? There's an underlying story that's being told, and I think Tartakovsky's doing it very intentionally. And I like it, and I'm interested in seeing where it goes.
And you would rate it?
I think I gave episode 8 of season 1 a 10, so this was like a 9.95. I mean, it is that close.
yeah. Vexy, what do you got to say about this?
I give this episode 9.8 baby meat shields out of 10. First, we don't know what happened to that baby. We didn't see it get squashed, but anyways. No, this episode, it doesn't need a whole lot. I think the highlight of it is the sound design, really. I think he's done it's like the budget all went to the sound design this episode. The use of color is spectacular. I like how many callbacks there are to other very important or like monumental, like there was a callback to season 1 episode 3 with the mammoths, even with how they have the ritual. So I like that this episode took so many things that we had seen so far that were meant to be moving and tried to apply it in a different way, even if it was towards a group of people that it's hard to have any sympathy for, right? Yeah, not red enough. Yeah, but this was a beautiful episode, absolutely beautiful episode. I like that it also reminds us of how brutal Fang is as a creature. I like the size perspectives. I like that there's it just goes hyper masculine as well. So I can't complain at all. It's amazing, but it doesn't top some of the really perfect episodes we've had so far. It's close though.
Rossi for $2. Leon would be happy about that baby 100.
Yep, he would.
Yeah, this episode, for me, it was a masterpiece. And I'm not talking storytelling wise, which I mean, it was great storytelling. Well, it's phenomenal storytelling because he continues to just he takes like you mentioned, we've seen similar stories in earlier episodes, but he amps it up and changes it and tweaks it, and you have those member berries, and which is great. But this was all technical. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
appreciate. This was just a technical masterpiece. The camera angles, the colors, the facial expressions, like everything. The sound was right off the get go. When the title Primal's there, you're hearing like, and you're like, I wish we could play it for people that are watching it with us, and you're only seeing the stills as we're scrubbing through. But when you watch it, you're right away pulled into this, and it's like a 360 environment. You're just kind of like almost like a ghost or a video game, and you're just like, this is incredible. This is amazing, and you're jacked up from being in this episode. You're just like, this is insane. Like you turn to the left, there's Fang chopping you, then you're right, you got Spear taking on 3 guys and slicing them up and everything. You got families running out of huts. You got 3 language barriers. You got Spear, actually 4. You got Spear, you got Fang, you got the I guess religious
Mira and
group,
the moon
Mira's
people,
part,
yeah.
and then you got the Vikings, and then there's like, they're all communicating in different ways, and it's just rage at each other, right?
They're speaking the international language, which is violence. So.
Yeah.
For $2 from Rick. Thank you, Rick. If I could pick any bodyguard, Fang, absolutely.
Yeah.
Max, you can have my member.
Yeah, I think I mean, to your point, from the technical standpoint, this is the best episode, period.
Yeah.
I mean, it everything is turned way up, right? I mean, the very cinematic shots. You know, the again, as Vex was pointing out, the use of sound and how it grounds you in the scene and makes real the destruction that you're seeing, right? All the way to the use of silence when, you know, the chief and his son come in, and I mean that it is that quiet already tells you that there's some shit going down, right? And when the loudest thing you hear is somebody tightening a rope, pulling the ship up to the dock or whatever. It's just and again, the complicated shots that he used with, you'll have 360 spins that go around, right? And that is very hard to do with 2D animation, right? The perspective shots, both up, down, you know, from different angles, all of that. I mean, again, you look at kind of what has come before, and you're like, okay, this is some good stuff. But you just kept thinking, he's saving his money for something, right? And you know, both time and money. And boy, did he spend like a drunken sailor on leave on this one. And you really notice it.
It's amazing because like you get this like amazing like scenic moments, like you see it's almost like the Pacific coast or the Norwegian coast with the trees, the rocks, the cliffs and the water, and then you have this like one little spot of just pure violence happening, and then you see these huts, like you see like this world, and you're like,
and the violence is beautiful.
Yes, that's the thing. So it's just like
artistic.
Yeah, I mean, there's a beauty to when you if you're just looking at it as a visual spectacle. I mean, it is magnificent and beautiful. When you think about what's what's going on, it is also terrible, right? And it kind of has that awe inspiring, you know, side in the classic idea of awe, right? That there's a certain amount of terror to what you see in the magnificence of what you're beholding.
Yeah, this was like a 10 out of 10. This is a masterpiece for animation, in my opinion. I mean, it was just absolutely incredible. Zach, I know you're finishing up down there. What are your thoughts? And like, are you down your picture?
So yeah, no, for me, this episode, I said it before for last season. I've gotten to the point for this show specifically, I can't rate these episodes one by one, because it's more so a build up and a continuing thing, just to a show as a whole. And if I'm gonna rate this show in general, I'm gonna rate it as a complete set and not individually, because and this show is a 10. And I'm always a sucker for barbarians and um, dinosaurs and whatnot, and seeing quite a few movies and shows based on that. Like Primal gives something really unique to dinosaurs and Neanderthals and like all that stuff, and it makes me want to like go back and like read a dinosaur book, kind of like, what I'm saying, like it makes be a kid again and just kind of damn like that dinosaur that he drew, or like you guys question what the age of the era of the Vikings, because of the shields and the armor that they're wearing, the things that they're doing, and the fact that he's doing his research is just amazing, because he adds it in tidbits here and there, and the pacing of the story, the sound effects, everything just meshes in tandem as one set. So it's a 10 for me. And I'm almost done with this. If you want to show the Viking drawing from the last episode.
Yeah,
I have it right here. So this is from the last episode, and this is a banger of a piece. Like,
beautiful.
yeah,
like Zach nailed it with this one. This is from last week, and wow, I love the silhouette.
yeah,
beautiful, Zach.
So
this will be up for auction. If you want to buy any of Zach's art, hit him up on X, and he'll tell you the price, and he'll send it out to you. Yeah.
Don't risk getting into an auction on some of these, because this one will get bid up.
Oh yeah.
So I got this one. I'm so close, man. If I only just had another 20 minutes.
Oh, I keep talking about this episode. I mean,
oh, damn, that's a good one.
Oh, hell yeah!
Wow.
Cool.
So I really wanted to show the impact of the deaths, and that ship brings it all together for this episode. So again, if I zoom in,
This would be a good one to get colored, by the way.
Oh,
Zach. Very good one to
Yeah.
get colored. Yeah.
so there's this piece. So I'm working on the mountains on the sides,
Mhm.
so I want to do something special. So for now, the shows that we're talking about, I got a colorist who's going to be coloring 2 pieces every other 2 weeks. And one of the pieces that I want to do is for the show is for the Primal show, and there is a Primal piece that I want you guys to pick, which is obviously you got the Viking one.
Do you want a
Then
big screen? Yeah, there we go.
The Megalodon one.
Oh yeah.
This one with Mira.
Oh.
This episode with
Oh.
the baby.
Episode 8.
The one with the
Oh
ape.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Get that one colored. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
The one with the spider.
Oh,
The
that's the best one.
spider.
And then
Wow.
Good one.
the first episode wrap up.
Call it that one.
So any of these, which one do you want to get colored? Because I'm going to send one of these over to the
Oh.
colorist.
So that's a tough choice, to be honest with you.
I know.
Yeah.
Go with the demon, like the dinosaur and spear one. Well, I think it was like the third from the last.
The ape.
Yeah, the ape. Yeah. Sorry,
Oh, the
sorry.
ape one? Okay.
Yeah, the ape one
Zach.
for sure.
Zach Rossi has a question for you. Zach, for a tasteful, I partially nude sketch of that.
Zach has a body shot too that he used for reference for your colors.
Oh, no,
covers.
I deleted all those photos. So are we all in agreement that the dinosaur, Fang fighting the gorilla?
Yeah, the ape.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so
a
I'll
good one.
send that over to him.
And with all that being said, we can just quickly go around the horn, tell everyone what we got going on this week, and we'll close it out. Zach, you have anything going on? You'll be here Thursday for Kaiju number 8, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna be
Okay.
I'm gonna be back for that, and yeah, every couple weeks there's gonna be a couple pieces color for these shows that I'm doing. So it's a new thing that I'm excited to get going with everybody. So if anyone wants to see a piece colored specifically of the stuff that I've done from previous shows or whatnot, all you got to do is just send me $40 so I can send it off to the colorist and he can do that. So that's all he needs. And so if anyone's got a specific image that's not selected, just send me the 40 and I can send it off to him. So that's it.
Cool.
Blair, what you got going on this week, brother?
I got a busy little streaming schedule. I was just on Jacob's stream before I came here. And Thursday, I'm going to be on Roman's stream for the Riddick Chronicles. And then right after that, I'm coming in for Kaiju number 8.
Hell yeah.
Episode 2. So, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Nick, what you got going on, bro?
Definitely going to be with you guys on Thursday for Kaiju number 8. Looking forward to that, especially since I finally picked up the manga, which I've been plowing through. And, man, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Definitely worth every penny spent on that. Maybe I'll join you guys tomorrow for
oh yeah, more welcome.
Crew, you know,
absolutely. Yeah.
I want to watch the finale after this, but
me too.
And then Friday I will be on Nadia's Stranger Things recap season 1 episodes 3 and 4 stream, and then I will be releasing my full season 1 review hopefully the next couple of days on Landman, which is
that's a good show.
Fantastic. Highly recommend watching that.
Yes.
Billy Bob Thornton is incredible, just incredible. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll be posting that on X whenever it's done. But yeah, that's about it.
Great. Goodwin, what you got going on?
Yeah, Thursday, Kaiju number 8, episode 2, and then Friday, as usual, will be on Adam Gray's channel, B-Roll Stage for B-Sides. Saturday, we'll be on Niats, where we talk about Romulus, and Gooch's childhood continues to get destroyed as he has to watch movies that he thought were great and then realizes they were shit. And then we'll be back doing the circle again next week.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Goodwin. I appreciate you.
I'm a giver. It's what I do.
Yeah. Vex, what you got going on?
Thank you for having me on tonight. The only thing I've got coming up for the week, Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, early morning Vexhibitionism. I changed it, so now we are deep diving into American Primeval, which is a new Western series on Netflix. It's actually solid. Honestly, except for that last episode, the last 3/4 of the last episode, I would have ranked that series about a 9 out of 10 until that last 3/4 of an episode. So, beautiful series, is worth watching. So I'm going to be diving into that. But other than that, I'll be back here next week.
And Triple M.
Yeah, MMM is on Monday. I can't remember if we're doing In Bruges or
yes, In Bruges.
Oh, is it In Bruges?
Is it In Bruges or Boondock Saints? I can't remember which one. Okay. I know I made the thumbnails for all 3, but I don't remember the order. So
yeah. And as for me, you can catch me tomorrow. We'll be going over Skeleton Crew episode 7 and 8, the finale. Thursday, Kaiju number 8, episode 2. That's been fun. That's been a great series to go through as well. And then Friday, catch me in my new show, Turning Guchinese, which has been a lot of fun. Just me talking with the chat. And I'm also flirting with the idea of doing some interviews here and there, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, not sure. But I like talking with you guys. We'll talk about the weekly stuff, maybe some odd topics. But yeah, Friday's Turning Guchinese, and of course you can catch me on Badgercast, Badger Den, Nerd Wars, Niats on Saturday for the Alien Romulus, and then Sunday late night with Gooch and Gang. And yeah, all that being said, there's only one thing left to say, actually, and I think we all know what that means. It's time to say, stay Gucci, my friends. Take care, everyone.
If
ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?